I feel like the world is optimized to chase virality, particularly on social media, and that indirectly causes more harm than good in our lives. Nothing feels real anymore, and we end up only following what works rather than why we go for those. This is where the death of art happens, because we're after the views rather than the quality, and many things feel so soulless now. In other words, optimized. I work in marketing, so I use this term a lot when raising awareness. But here's the key term though. I use the word optimized to describe the world we are in today. And it doesn't have to be about social media either. It could also be about our lives, such as hustling, morning routines, and productivity apps. Sounds familiar? Yeah, I fell into this trap in my early 20s. Managed to recover, but accidentally fell into this trap again and burned myself out. Again. That's the second time I've experienced that, and I'm recovering from it. And you'd be asking, hey, why were you dumb enough to fall in the same trap? Well, it's because I was chasing numbers. Again. Back in the pandemics, I was in my early 20s, had been fresh out of college for about 7 months, and wanted to make an impact on the world, whatever that meant. Famous last words, reality hits me in the face, and the pandemic hastened that process to the point I was burned out. So, what I did was do my best to improve myself while in the house, wanting to be acknowledged for my hard work and good results. I'd wake up earlier, exercise, read books, not go to social media, do my 9 to 5 job well, and after work, I'd research what else I could do after work to build things that I like and monetize them. I'd hustle. Basically, I did all the things that self help gurus would advise us all to do. I was mindlessly trying to execute all these tasks daily, not recognizing my limit until it was too late. After that, I was burned out really fast. All that hard work had made me exhausted to my bones, and that made me miserable. And I felt that nothing had changed. My feelings were all over the place. I was exhausted, I overanalyzed, I overthink, and was doing ideas that weren't mine to begin with. Anything to get those performance and numbers up. It was an emotional roller coaster ride that I eventually burned out, and I knew that I had to take a break. When I was recovering, I didn't know unoptimizing was what I should have thought of. I was indirectly optimizing without my knowledge, reading books, writing, no social media, focusing on my 9 to 5 jobs, not getting distracted by the noise out there, and slowly picking up my pieces. I managed to recover in several months, feeling a lot more confident than before and ready to start all over again and learn something. But as I progressed, I did not realize that I was chasing numbers again when one of my videos blew up. It's not in this channel, but it's in the main one. That video blew up too soon during my early YouTube career, so after that success, it was hard for me to get back to that momentum again. I experimented with a bunch of things again, trying to replicate that success, and at one point, I spent about $3,500 on a single YouTube video, which I thought would have blown up because of its quality. But, well, tale as old as time. Well, it did not go as planned. I thought that video would take me off to some wonderland, that I would finally make it on YouTube, make it in life too, and yet none of that happened. That's when I started the cycle again. Overthinking, overanalyzing, comparing myself, copy ideas from others, hoping to formulate their success. But it still got nowhere. That's when I truly felt lost. I was defining my identity to my work, so when that didn't work, well, I thought I was a failure. This also wasn't because of my 9 to 5 job. In fact, the job helped me to pay for my bills and distract me. It was from the things I was passionate about creating, but I was also chasing numbers more. So when that number did not happen, I lost my confidence and drive. I didn't have a clear goal for my life, and I felt like I was in the dunes. So I decided to start over again. No screens, slow down, read, journaling, talk to best friends about my struggles, as cheesy as it sounds, and learn a new skill that interests me, like Blender and AI, anything that doesn't involve performance. I was also fasting, praying for some guidance and a clearer mind. I'm fasting social media at the moment. And slowly but surely, I was recovering better. I didn't feel that anxiety again. I felt like I could breathe again. And even though I was still unsure what my purpose in life is, and I seriously have no plan at the moment of my life, at least I feel like I'm okay to not have some to do list in my desk that I should do and just go with the flow. But I do feel like I'm heading towards something. I don't know what it is. I still feel like I'm a bit lost, but this time it's more like being in a maze now. Trying unlike in the dunes where you can go anywhere, this time you can kind of feel the walls and um at least there's a road there. And I'm able to try out new things, but also feeling like I'm going into a direction where I don't walk aimlessly. This year I'm going to be 29 and I'm doing a lot better than I was last year. I'm some I've somewhat recovered from the burnout, although I can still feel a bit singes of it. That experience encouraged me to also start this channel too, unoptimized. Now, there's no official term for unoptimized, even ChatGPT said so. But optimize itself means to make something as efficient, appealing, or high performing as possible. And I'm going the opposite direction for this channel. This channel will document my whole journey of unoptimizing and share what I went through trying to chase after numbers, to valuing the process, recovering from burnout, what I learned from those emotional roller coaster experiences, and trying to build something out of those feelings. It won't be a place where I tell you to perform like all those self help gurus, but a place where we're allowed to be vulnerable and not put up a facade. I won't also chase views for this, it's more about steady growth for this channel, and not risking myself from burning out again. So as you can see, the title isn't for SEO purposes. The thumbnail is also simple, no Mr. Beast clickbaity type or flashy elements on it. It's just me reading while talking over this video. I did think about making the visual a gameplay like most YouTube channels, but well, I suck at games and I just started playing Minecraft just for sightseeing, but never to go beat the dragon. Plus, I want it to be more of a take it easy channel rather than constant stimulation and a safe place for you all to be here. You're also allowed to be vulnerable, no Instagram level of perfect pictures or videos, and no performance videos. Just a channel to help ease your hearts and mind and soul, knowing that you're not alone for having this odd feeling in your heart. And I'll also explain why we're feeling what we're feeling when we thought we were not supposed to feel anxious or jealous and whatever you think you're not supposed to feel. Side note though, please know that I'm not a psychologist, so I don't have any professional advice to help you if you're feeling anxious or depressed. It's best to reach out to a professional. I can only suggest what I did to keep myself from burning out again, how I handled anxiety, and what I did to recover. If you're feeling burned out after working so hard for something you like, but it did not go as planned, you feel like a failure because it did not work out, feel lost, and now skeptical what society's telling you what you should do, but you're rejecting their methods, know that you are not alone. And this is the purpose of this channel. We're going to unoptimize from today's culture and build something genuine together. In the next video breakdowns, I'll be talking about why we burn out, what I did to recover from burnout, collect my thoughts again after constant stimulations while also working a 9-to-5 job, and why I reject the social norms of today's culture while reading. We're going to strategically build something together without falling too much of the algos. So thank you for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one.